My name is Jonathan Pinto, and this is my third YouTube video. I wonder how many videos I have to make before I stop counting how many YouTube videos I've made, but yeah, this is the third one. Anyways, today I would like to talk about a specific piece of mine, and that piece is entitled Persona, and I'm talking about this piece for a couple of reasons. If you've seen the last two videos, you've noticed maybe that I've talked a little bit about how I've always kind of kept myself hidden on the internet. Like, I posted my work, but I don't really post anything about my personal life or my personality or really even my face that often. And I don't know. This piece kind of encapsulates why that is and is about why that is. So I feel like it's relevant or pertinent to the fact that I'm making YouTube videos at all, and the fact that I'm sitting here like putting my personality in my face and who I am out there paired alongside my art. So yeah, that's why I'm talking about this specific piece today, and I feel like it's a good way to introduce maybe a segment where I talk about my pieces, and it's just a good first video to have on the channel. Well, one of the first couple of videos, anyways. So, it's actually sitting on the wall right next to me, so I'm going to be looking at it, and it'll also be, I'll put it on the screen as well, so that you can also look at it as I'm talking about it. You know, I'm looking at it, and you're looking at it. It's like good old movie magic. Anyways, so back in like late 2016, that's when I first started posting my work on the internet, pretty much mostly on Twitter, and a little bit on Instagram, but mostly on Twitter. That's where I have my biggest following, and really anybody gives a shit about my work, mostly. Anyways, so I started posting there on Twitter, and I didn't think that I would get the traction that I did because I'd never posted my work anywhere before. And I started getting attention, people started like telling me that they liked my work, and I don't know, I was getting likes and retweets more than I thought I was going to, and it was just really the first time that I'd ever like been out there and like really like had anyone pay attention to me that wasn't like from my hometown or like my family. So it was exhilarating, honestly, and it was just a whole new like thing to me to be part of like this online culture of people like posting their work and getting attention, and like, I mean, shout out Art Twitter if any of y'all are watching. But like, I don't know, it was cool like to just like have, I don't know, people pay attention and people like notice my work, and it just felt good. And the thing is that I think that though I was at the age where I was perfectly susceptible for it to feel maybe too good, and I just and I think I took like how I was posting and who I was in the wrong direction. I think I was maybe letting it get to my head a little bit. I maybe was acting a bit arrogant, and but in a way that I felt like wasn't truthful to like who I was or what my real values were. I was just kind of like wilding out on the TL just for like chasing those likes and those retweets, you know, trying to get more attention, because like I said, I hadn't really gotten that kind of attention before, and it felt good and I wanted more of it. So I just kind of went out there and wilded out, as I said, and I think and I feel as if I was acting in a way that like wasn't necessarily accurate to my own like self-perception of who I was. I was chasing an image that was separate from who in my head I thought I was. And I think the way people started treating me, they started treating me as if I was the person that I was presenting myself as. And like, that makes sense. Like, obviously, like, people are going to treat you like how you present yourself, but like, I guess like in my head, I wasn't that guy, and I felt like it just didn't feel right to be, to I don't know, it just didn't feel right. It felt like I was lying to everybody, and the person that I was like pretending to be, people didn't even really like that much, because like I said, I was arrogant. I was kind of being like a head ass and a dickhead, and like I was just not like being the best version of myself. I was kind of being stupid, and I just, and people noticed, and people treated me that way, and even though this like wasn't a good time for me, it didn't feel good to like, I don't know, have people think about me this way. It kind of intrigued me, like the idea that you can have like one like you can act away, and people will garner a perception of you and garner their own image of who they think you are in your head, and it can be completely separate from how you think about yourself, and I was struggling with that. I was struggling with the idea that like people were seeing me different than I saw myself, and it just was like just not like it just didn't make me happy, and it sounds like an elementary like it sounds like an elementary like thought process or like revelation to have, like, oh wow, people think about me different than I think about me, but at the same time, like, I don't think it's something that we think about that often. I think that we all kind of have an idea of ourselves, of who we think we are, of who we're trying to be, that maybe doesn't always come across, that isn't always represented by our actions, because you can think all day about the good person you are, or at least the good person you think you are. You can think all day about it. You can have all sorts of ideas of yourself, but what really matters and what really, I guess, like, is important is your actions and like what you do. Like what better representation of the person? What better representation is there of the person that you are besides your actions and what you actually go out and accomplish and do, So, and I felt as if the actions that I were committing weren't in line with a genuine reflection of who I was or wanted to be. So, and once it got to a point, like maybe mid-2017, I couldn't do it anymore, and I almost dropped off the map. I stopped posting any pictures of me. I never posted about my personal life. I'd never really, like, put myself out there anymore because I was afraid that people were going to think of me as a person that I wasn't. And it was my fault that happened, because I acted that way. And I needed to just get off. I needed to just turn it off and take some time to just be genuinely myself, because I wasn't doing that at the time. I was just chasing them likes and them retweets, boy, and it wasn't working. I mean, it was working, but it wasn't working in a way that was fulfilling. And I just kind of dropped off. And I still struggle with this idea of, like even now, like, I worry that maybe, like, I'm misrepresenting myself right now, talking to this camera right now, and it makes me really nervous. Like, I can't lie, like, it's nerve-wracking to sit here in front of this camera after what has happened, which, I mean, I didn't even get that in depth into, but, like, considering what has happened, and to kind of, like, sit here and talk and, like, express my ideas, because, like, I don't know, what if I say something wrong that, like, maybe I'll regret later? So, I don't know, I'm trying my best to just be my genuine self, and, like, not, like, I guess, just not lie, and not hide behind, like, a fake persona of someone that I'm not, because it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to gain attention or have people, like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel good whenever the person that you are isn't reflected in other people's perception of you. And I just want to remedy that, and I want to, like, end in this format of me talking in front of this camera, of me like getting out here and like trying to open myself up is me trying to do it the right way, is me just trying to be as genuine as I possibly can be. I'm not sitting here with a script, I'm not sitting like doing a voiceover over clips. I just want to sit here and speak genuinely and just talk and try to like be myself in a way that is digestible and is a true reflection of who I am. And it's nerve-wracking, and it makes me very nervous. This is not the first take, and I don't know how to like, I don't know. It's hard, and I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna keep trying. And all of these emotions that I'm feeling right now, and all of this, everything I'm talking about is what I was trying to reflect in Persona. Is like, you can see the three faces, and that's the thing I do in a lot of my work. You may have seen it before, like I kind of like mix faces, and that's because I feel like at any one moment, like nobody's only got like one thought process going on, or like one thing that's on their mind. Like people are going through a lot of stuff at a lot of different times, and I try to reflect like the complexity of human thought through the mixture of these faces. And I think what I was trying to do in this piece was show like, maybe like, I feel like this is separation. Like I have this other box, this tan box, kind of separated from the big pink box of faces, and I think that is showing like the separation of like the character that is played online, and maybe like the reality of someone, and maybe the reality feeling is if the reality has been left behind. And I think that's what's going on with that tan box. Like that's the reality that is being left behind in order and in favor of this character that she's playing. Speaking of she, that's my friend Marissa. Shout out to Marissa if she sees this video. It's just, I'm trying to just capture like the isolation, the fear, and just the deep melancholy that comes with, I don't know, like pretending to be someone that you're not, and just acting in a way that isn't true to yourself in search of validation from some people on the internet, and just wanting to look cool. And yeah, I mean, I was searching for that validation. I was trying to be cool, and it just wasn't fulfilling. Didn't make me happy. And I think that this piece kind of captures that feeling of isolation, that feeling of like, I don't know, just self-loathing at like who you've become, who like you become, and who everyone thinks that you are. And you may notice this yellow square. That's kind of me, kind of representing that, like a digital kind of. I mean, a lot of my paintings have just like square, harsh lines, and that's, I don't know. I like the juxtaposition of like straight lines and like these organic forms of like humans and stuff. So like I'm trying to like, and to me, like kind of bring, especially in this piece, it kind of brings out a contrast between like digital and human, and I'm trying to spark that contrast, in because I would like people to like realize, or maybe not realize, maybe realize isn't the wrong word, but like the contrast between like your online person and who you really are. I feel like I talked for like 200 years about like me and like my personal struggles, and barely about the painting, but like this is what the painting's about. And like I can't even sit here and talk about what it looks like. You can see that maybe that I'm struggling, but that's because like I just don't think that way. I think when I'm thinking about my art, I think about like what's going on behind it and what's going on in my head and my heart, and I don't know. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I hope you can understand why I wanted to post this video, why I wanted to talk about this painting, because I feel, like I said, it's pertinent, it's relevant, and I don't know. I just want to let y'all know that, like, I'm scared. I'm nervous. Making these videos is terrifying. Coming out here and trying to, I don't know, like, open myself up is very scary for me because I'm very afraid of being someone that I'm not, or at least representing myself in a way that I feel like is separate from who I am. And yeah, it's tough. I don't know what else to say. So I think I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys like the work. I hope you guys like the piece. I hope you guys like listening to me ramble about it. I'm sorry that this one is so long. I don't even know if anyone's going to make it to the end of this, but I don't know. I hope you guys appreciate listening to me talk about this stuff. I hope someone enjoys this or gets something out of it or hears something that they needed to hear or just, I don't know, feel something. Anyways, I already said thank you for watching like 30 seconds ago, but thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next video.